Back again, my friend, for another absolute banger of a video. What to eat and when is what we've got in this video. So this is just a simple guide, quite a short one. Probably not with me waffling, but you'll see the timer before you click the video. So commit to watching till the end. Saved me years, this stuff. Knowing what to eat, when to eat it, from morning to night, knowing what foods I should eat, why I should eat them, when I should eat them, why I should eat them at that certain time, because all of these will help reduce cravings and help you get to that end goal in terms of physique that you want to achieve. So how to use this board. Look at when you're training and then you choose your protein, your carbs, your vegetables and your fats from the correct section. So your coach or you, if you're your own coach or someone, will set the amount. This board shows what foods to choose and when to eat those specific foods. So we have obviously the proteins, carbs, vegetables and fats. How many meals suit you? 2 meals. Best if you like large meals and eating later. I do. This is what I do personally, 2 meals. And maybe a little snack here and there. Simple and realistic for most people is 3 meals, which is just the normal breakfast, lunch, dinner. And 4 meals. Now this is best if you prefer smaller meals or you need more calories in your day. So it's either one of two things. You like having more meals, but they're smaller meals in terms of you're still on a cut, but you're trying to space it out so you don't get as hungry, or it's literally just like you're bulking and you just want to have an extra meal. So it all depends on your goal. Eat the number of meals that makes your plan the easiest to follow. Are you hungry in the morning? Now, if you're not, and I never was, when I was skinny, I didn't have a big appetite. I blamed it on my metabolism, but I was never hungry. The thought of eating food in the morning actually made me feel sick. Like if someone's forced me to eat, I genuinely would have been sick. What I do now, because I still do this to this day, is I just have a black coffee. Tea, because I had to add it in there for my English lads. Big up, but tea, water, right? This is the route I personally prefer because it leaves more calories for larger meals later. I like to fast until 12 till 2, and then I have my dinner around 7 to 9. Not really optimal at 9, but I have it around 7 to 8. Sometimes 9 if I'm busy with work or clients. But if you are hungry in the morning, then have a good breakfast. Set yourself up to win the day. Have eggs. Unbelievable source of protein. Or have a lean protein and potato. Now don't be fooled by the propaganda that you can only have eggs or cereal or Greek yogurt for breakfast. Have some chicken breast and potatoes. Who said that was bad? We've all been programmed to think that certain foods are only acceptable at certain times in the day. Absolutely not. This would be an unbelievable meal to start your day. You've got the volume and the fiber from the potatoes, and then you've got the most satiating macronutrient and filling macronutrient, which is protein, a lean protein source as well to keep your calories at a minimum for the highest amount of protein. This is a hack. Protein and potatoes, lean protein and potatoes. Then we've got 0% fat Greek yogurt and fruit. Now this is seen as more acceptable if you're eating in the morning. These things eggs are normally seen as a breakfast meal, don't know why, or breakfast food. Same as yogurt and fruit. Just make sure it's 0% fat if you're trying to lose that fat. If you're bulking, make sure it's 10% fat. You want to make sure that your fat is always 0% fat or the lowest fat possible if you're trying to lose that fat and restrict yourself of calories. But on the other hand, if you're bulking and you're struggling to get food down, then try and have the highest fat options. Obviously, within reason, you don't want to be having 100, 150 grams of fat every day, 0.3 grams to 0.5 grams of fat per pound of your body weight. But again, use the option that makes staying on track the easiest for you because everyone's different. Build every main meal in this order. Protein always comes first, always. That's the foundation. That's what you build everything else around. Then choose your carb based on when you're training. This is where the timing comes in. Add vegetables for fullness and satiety, basically filling you up because it's so much volume. And add fats only if needed because the majority of the time you're getting fats from your protein sources. Even if it is a low-fat protein source, there's still going to be fat that is going to add up. I never even consciously worry about my fat anymore. It's only protein and carbs. I keep my carbs very high. But protein always falls within that range. Sorry, fats always fall within that range because I'm getting it from my protein sources and I'm having the low-fat protein sources. So the fats really do add up. So the food stays similar. The portions change though, based on your goal. Are you bulking? Are you cutting? Are you trying to build the muscle? Or are you trying to lose the fat? Are you trying to do both at the same time? All of these things really do matter. Now, with your normal meals away from training, you want to eat for fullness so that you're not having the urge to go and binge on cravings or sweets or candy, whatever. Your protein sources should be as follows if you're trying to lose the fat, because all the low fat options, as I've said, they really, really do limit your calories, which is very good for the majority of people because the majority of people are trying to lose fat and build muscle. Chicken breast, turkey breast, 2% fat turkey mince, 2% fat beef mince. White fish, unbelievable. 0% fat Greek yogurt, unbelievable. If you've got a sweet tooth, drizzle a little bit of honey if your calories allow. Ho, 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 you got yourself a meal there, son. Then skyr yogurt, 0% fat, always 0% fat, 0%, always the lowest fat. Carb sources for satiety and fullness. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, fruit. Oats, if they fit your appetite and calories. Now, oats are a bit of a grey area for me because they have fibre, which slows down your digestion, but they don't have the volume for little calories. It's very high in calories for very little volume. So with my appetite, the reason that I've said only if they suit your appetite is because if you have a huge appetite like me, oats aren't doing it for me personally, because 4 spoonfuls, I've had 500 calories, and then I'm like, oh, I could have had 10 of those, so it's not worth it. Yes, they have fibre. Fibre slows down your digestion, as I've said, which is very good. But they don't have what sweet potatoes have. They don't have the high fibre and the high amount of volume for little calories. It's actually the opposite. They've got high amount of calories for little volume, which is normally a no-go depending on your appetite, as I said. Now, vegetables. Any vegetable really is suitable because they're all relatively low calories. Broccoli, mushrooms, lettuce I love, cucumber I love, tomatoes I love, spinach, you can have spinach if you want, peppers, mixed salad. I love mushrooms, lettuce, cucumber, tomatoes. Those are my go-to. Such high volume, so little calories. They add so much quantity, and you can have 100 bites and it'll be like 50 calories. You don't even have to track these. I've got a bit of autism with it. I'm on the spectrum in some way, haven't been diagnosed, but who needs to diagnose me? I know that myself. All right, I can self-diagnose, mate. That's what we call it. But I love mushrooms, lettuce, cucumber, and tomatoes. Those are mine, but you can choose any out of this list. Any vegetables, really. Just look them up. They're going to be all low calories. But fats, avocado, olive oil, nuts, egg yolks, salmon. Add only if needed because you have to measure carefully. How many times have I said this in previous videos on my Instagram Reels, link in the description to my Instagram. But always, fats are 9 calories per gram. Protein and carbs are 4 calories per gram. What does that mean? That means they're double as calorie dense for a very small portion. Literally a drizzle of olive oil can be hundreds of calories. An avocado is like 250 calories average. Think about how quickly and easy it is to eat an avocado. It's not worth it because that same amount of calorie consumption takes 20 to 30 minutes to burn off. For me, that's 20 to 30 seconds to consume. So it just doesn't make sense. But fats are very important for your all-round brain health, bodily health, function, and testosterone levels and hormone balancing, hormone levels. So it's very, very important fats, but make sure they are within your calorie range. Lean protein plus filling carbs plus vegetables plus controlled fats, that is the formula, obviously within your calorie range and macro goals. Now, quick pre-workout fuel, 30 to 60 minutes before training, is something that you should always have. Quick pre-workout fuel, 30 to 60 minutes before training. I've said in other videos, I've said on my Instagram videos, again, link in the description to my Instagram, 20 to 30 minutes. It doesn't matter as long as it's like 20 minutes to 45 to 60 minutes, as long as it's not like 5-10 minutes because they don't have enough time to digest into your blood and spike that insulin. So that's exactly what we want to be doing, spiking the insulin. Keep it light and fast to digest. You've got rice cakes here, bananas, majol dates, and honey. These are the GOAT. Stick to these, your workouts, you'll notice a difference. Avoid large amounts of fat and fiber as they slow down your digestion and will make you feel heavy. We, before training, want to spike our insulin and speed up the digestion. These have basically 0 fats and 0 fiber content, which allows them and allows the sugar and carbs. The main thing for pre-workout fuel is sugar and carbs, which is why you can have unhealthy versions like Squares bars, you can have gummy bears, you can have Haribos. These things are actually good within reason. Don't have them as a part of your everyday diet, but they can be used to fuel your workouts, to spike that insulin, go straight to the blood, mate, bang, have a good session. Fats and fibers slow down your digestion. So there's no point having a banana, and then having some sweet potato, because it's basically two forces fighting against each other, if that makes sense. Now, if you wanted to have a small pre-workout meal, 60 to 90 minutes before training, this is perfect. Chicken breast, white rice. Turkey mince, white rice. White fish, white rice. And if you wanted to, you could have some 0% fat. Again, very important is 0% fat because of what I've just said. It slows down your digestion. With some banana, fast digesting. Honey, amazingly fast digesting. But as you can see with these actual meals, I call this more of a snack because I don't really class a yogurt bowl as a meal. But white rice. White rice is amazing around training. Do not have white rice in every single meal. Only have white rice around training because it digests fast. Digesting fast, anything that digests fast, means it will not keep you fuller for longer because it's digested fast. If you want it to digest long and you want it to digest over a longer period of time, which is why you have sweet potatoes, that keeps you fuller because it's taking longer to digest. I'm hoping that makes sense. So the formula is lean protein plus easy and fast digesting carbs plus low fat. So after training, recovery and fuel, chicken and rice, lean beef mince and rice, turkey mince and rice, white fish and rice, Greek yogurt and fruit and rice. And I'm joking. But I've put seasoned here because these all sound boring. When you put some good seasoning, I put smoked paprika, smoky paprika with a bit of garlic granules. Oh, I look forward to that meal every single day. I've had it for the past 6 to 12 months. It's unbelievable. Seasoning changes everything. Everyone says, oh, chicken and rice, it sounds horrible. Yeah, if you're cooking it like Karen, who's a white mum of 7 kids and 47 years old, of course it's gonna taste terrible. Kaza, good old Kaza, she don't know how to bloody cook, mate. But prioritise protein and carbs, eat within the next few hours, a normal balanced meal is fine. Morning training routine. This is my personal routine, okay, for training in the morning. You can eat sooner after training if that suits your hunger and schedule better. I'm just showing you what I do. You can copy this if you want. This is my schedule just to show you an example instead of just making up a random one. I thought I'd tell you exactly what I do. Now, I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. Then I have water and a black coffee, banana and medjool dates for the fast digesting carbs. And then within 20 to 40 minutes, I go and train, lift weights. You want to be having these carbs within 20 to 45, 60 minutes. Again, don't get obsessed with the time, but before actually lifting that first weight. Don't sit there on a timer going, oh no, it's been 37 minutes. I gotta wait like 8 more minutes before I lift my first weight. Mate, chill out. Just make sure you're having fast digesting carbs 20 to 60 minutes, let's say, so you don't panic in the gym and set your Garmin stopwatch. Oh no, Leon said I can't lift my first weight for another half an hour. Like, no, don't do that. So then I have my first large meal at 12 till 2. Now, bear in mind, I do 1 hour and 40 minutes on the cardio, on incline walking. I know that seems crazy, but I do it for productivity, for editing videos and talking to clients. So I'm always doing something. It's actually more productive for me to do that because then I sit at my desk and create videos like this for you all day, editing videos. I'm doing this, doing that. I literally do 10,000 steps on the treadmill at max incline walking. I burn around 11 to 1,300 calories. I'm done for the day. That also allows me to eat quite a lot and still lose fat. I'm on 3,100 calories right now, and I'm losing fat and gaining muscle every single week. Then my second meal, 7 to 8 p.m, is always a lean protein source or a fattier protein source. It doesn't matter because it's away from training, with some salad. So I normally have carbs really early, really around training. So I have the sweet potatoes, the chicken, the white rice, and then I'll have obviously like 50 to 70 grams of carbs really before training. That adds up. Like I'll have 500 grams of carbs one day. And like I'm talking, I have a lot of carbs. I have a lot of carbs. I won't just be having a small amount of white rice or small amount of sweet potato. I'll be having like half a kilo of the stuff, 500 grams. That is how many carbs I have every single day. So anyone talking to you or telling you carbs make you fat, bro, no, they don't. I'm living proof. I have like a kilo of bloody carbs per day and a kilo of potatoes per day, and I'm still like 10% body fat. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, or if you're one of my clients especially, you will know this is my go-to. 2 sourdough slices of bread with peanut butter, also a great fat source. All of this is whole foods, by the way. I don't get any of that crappy peanut butter that's like 47 ingredients on the back. It's one ingredient, it's peanut. It's peanut butter. Peanut, one ingredient, just crushed. The peanuts, that is, not anything else. And medjool dates with a drizzle of honey. Now, this stuff, my girlfriend hates me for because my farts absolutely peel the paint off the walls. I have to get them redone every week. I'm joking, but my farts are absolutely horrific. But the taste is so good. The taste is so good, but these are very calorie dense. Now, as I said, this is just me. This is what I have. This is my schedule, but it's just showing you a rough outline of what your day could look like if you want to train in the morning. Now, evening training routine, I've done this before when I've had work, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. training, morning or midday, you'll have a filling normal meal, like eggs, like 0% fat Greek yogurt, with fruit, blueberries, high in fiber as well, to make you fuller for longer. 60 to 90 minutes before training, then you have lean protein and easy carbs, white rice, chicken breast, or turkey breast, or lean beef mince. You know what I'm talking about. I've told you this before. Anyways, then you train. Then after training, you have some fast digesting carbs with a lean protein source as well. But it all depends on what your goal is, right? It all depends on what your goal is. Is your goal to lose fat, build muscle, or lose fat and build muscle? Now, I am aware that the majority of people are over here on this right-hand side, but if your goal is to lose fat, you want to keep high protein, lots of vegetables for satiety and fullness, filling carbs, controlled fats, stay within your deficit. Always, that's number one. Build muscle. If you're a skinny guy, you're trying to bulk up, high protein, more carbs. Moderate fats, stay within a small surplus. Small surplus to gain the muscle with minimal fat gain. If you don't care about gaining fat, I would never recommend this. Go in a 500 to 1,000 calorie surplus. That will bulk you up fast, but you will get tubby, mate. You'll be looking like the Michelin man. Then if you're trying to lose fat and build the muscle, again, the majority of you are probably here. High protein, plenty of vegetables, controlled fats, use remaining calories for carbs. When you've hit your protein goal, and after hitting your protein goal, your fats will be roughly in the right range, then fill the rest of your calories with carbs. I hit my protein goal very early on. Within 1,500 to 2,000 calories, I'm having my protein goal. Now, that means that I don't have what I used to do, which is more protein equals more muscle. Absolutely wrong. I now fill the rest of that 1,500 or 1,000 calories that I have left with carbohydrates, which is why I have this meal up here, because I absolutely love it. I love this snack. This is just pure carbs, pure carbs. Now the food stays similar, but the portions change. Don't listen to anyone, and this is why it's stupid in my opinion to go, what's the best foods for fat loss? Mate, there's no food change unless you're talking about the fat percentages, but you're not changing any food. There's not specific foods that you should have on your cut or your bulk. So hit your protein every day. I know you've heard this before, but we're going to briefly brush over it because some people just can't get it in their heads. Aim for 1 gram per pound of body weight. I know you've heard that before. If you're very overweight though, use the goal body weight instead. Use your goal body weight. If you're 300 pounds, you want to get to 200, use 200. Spread protein across 2 to 4 meals. Now 2 meals again are larger protein portions because you've got to still hit that same target just with less meals. So you're going to have a larger amount of protein in that meal. I have about 80 to 100 grams of protein per meal. It's normally around the 90 grams mark, so I normally have 170 to 200 grams of protein per day. Now 3 meals is medium protein portions. 4 meals, smaller protein portions. Again, it all depends on you, your appetite and your goals. Divide your daily protein target across the number of meals that you eat. For many people, this is probably going to be around 40 to 50 grams of protein. Now, foods to prioritize and foods to control. Now, I say control because I was said before to avoid, but I changed the wording to control because you don't want to completely avoid them. You just need to be aware. That's the key thing, awareness. Now, foods to prioritize: lean proteins, potatoes, sweet potatoes, fruit, vegetables, 0% fat Greek yogurt, and skyr. All of these will optimize for you being as full as possible for as long as possible and getting your protein goal hit as early as possible with as little calories as possible. Now, foods to control. We have olive oil, nuts, peanut butter, avocado, salmon, egg yolks, oats, rice, sauces, granola, liquid calories. Now you'll see that the majority of these are fats, especially the top half, right? The fats, because as I've already mentioned, 9 calories per gram fats, proteins and carbs 4 calories per gram, which means they're double as calorie dense. Very important for brain health, body health, just all round functionality of your human body, and testosterone and hormonal balance and hormonal regulation. But you need to be aware of them. These can literally be the difference between you gaining fat and keeping those love handles and lower belly fat and you losing fat. As I've said, don't need to go over it. Healthy does not mean low calories. Proteins, carbs and fats all have different caloric values. Now, snacks and drinks. Snacks should be 0% fat Greek yogurt, fruit, sugar-free jelly, lean protein left from a meal if you got too full and you just want to plate it up. Sugar-free jelly. If you're not prioritizing this to manage your cravings, I don't know what is going on inside your bloody mind, mate. These, unbelievable. But again, try and avoid any type of, even if it is sugar-free, try and avoid them. Try and avoid, the Coke Zeros. Yes, they have 0 calories, but it doesn't mean it's like amazing for you. If you had 100 Coke Zeros in a day, you're going to be unhealthy, in my eyes. I know it's not a ridiculous amount to the point where you're going to die, but it's better to obviously not have these things. They've got no calories in them and they taste so good because it's artificial sweeteners, man-made sweeteners, which means that it's not whole foods, but it's better than having 1,000, 2,000 calories every day of sugar, put it that way. Do not snack because you are bored. Snack only to hit protein or manage real hunger or cravings. Now, drinks, water, tea, black coffee, 0 sugar, fizzy drinks. All amazing hunger suppressants, by the way. These really, really help suppress that hunger. This sugar-free Coke Zero, to manage your cravings, because it's not like you're just ignoring the sweet tooth craving itch that you have. You're still scratching it, but you're tricking your brain into thinking it's full sugar when it's not. I know it doesn't taste the same when you first transition, but I haven't had a full fat Coke in years because I refuse to take liquid calories because it's always better to take whole foods, and that's just how you're going to be healthier. So I've now got used to Coke Zero or Pepsi Max. Absolutely love it. Do you know what? Recently, Pepsi Max is probably taking the crown for me over Coke Zero. Aim for roughly 2 to 3 litres of water per day before having the Coke Zero. Always hydrate yourself first. If you are not hydrated and you've only had like 1 litre or less than 1 litre or not even 2 litres, do not have a Coke Zero. Have your water goal before you even consider having these 0 sugar options. Make sure that you're hydrated, because that could be one of the reasons that you are having this hunger and these cravings in the first place. Now, food weighing, tracking of the calories. Track food the same way every time. If you log rice raw before it's cooked, weigh it raw. Big difference. If you log rice cooked, weigh it cooked. Do not mix raw and cooked entries. They're 2 different foods, 2 different weights, 2 different macros, so they should be treated as such. They should literally be treated as a completely separate food. Track oils, track sauces, track drinks with calories, track honey, peanut butter and nuts. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you to track a Coke Zero. It's got no calories in it. Consistency matters more than choosing raw or cooked. Please keep this in mind, but making sure that you specify is ideal. Why would you not? You're tracking to get the most accurate data, so you want your data to be the most accurate. The way to do that is to specify if your food is cooked or it's raw. Doesn't take any extra time. Actually, sorry, it does. You just type in chicken breast, and instead of leaving it at chicken breast, which when you type in chicken breast is the raw weight, because the nutritional label on the back of the raw chicken breast that you buy is for that raw chicken breast, you just type in cooked. So, what's that? C-O-O-C. C-O-O-C? Oh, God, I need to go back to school, mate. C-O-O-K, there we go, E-D. So 6 letters. I know I'm a bit special and it took me about 30 seconds there just to spell it out, but for you, it should take less than 3 seconds to type in cooked. Now, meal prep. Make the right food choices easy that you know you should be having. Choose meals, buy food, cook protein, cook potatoes or rice, prepare vegetables, divide meals into containers, prepare work meals, freeze later portions. This should make your life so much easier because you've got the food that is going to take you closer to your goal readily available instead of going to the candy drawer. Oh, I can't get that bloody American accent right. Sorry to any American watching this. Candy. I can get the candy part right, but then I go drawer. Drawer. How do you say? Oh, God, I sounded Japanese there. Anyway, prep every 3 to 4 days for fresher food or freeze meals for later on. This just makes it so much easier. Having something prepared that is going to take you closer to your goal so that when those times do get hard where you're having those cravings or what do I eat? There's no thinking about what to eat. There's no, oh, what should I have? I don't know what to have. You're not even thinking about it. You know exactly what you're going to have. The plan's already put in place. Now, weekends and going out. This is a huge thing that people always fall off because they have work Monday to Friday. They have no structure on the weekend. They go to a restaurant. They go out with friends. It all tumbles down. And then before they know it, they've reversed their 5 days of progress in 1 or 2 days. So the day might change, but the structure doesn't. You keep your protein high if you're at a restaurant. You stay within your calories, obviously with what you can. I'm not telling you, do not. I tell my clients, do not take a food scale out to restaurants. Enjoy it with your family, enjoy it with your friends. That is much more important because it's only a small meal. If you get back on track after, that's absolutely fine. What is bad is when that 1 meal was the catalyst for you just going completely off track. Check the restaurant menu beforehand. This is something I always do. I know what I'm having when I step into the restaurant. It's been times where I know that there's going to be cravings or temptations towards having something on that menu. So I literally don't even open the menu. Everyone's got their menu open. I haven't even opened it and I know exactly what I'm going to have because I've looked at the menu. Do not turn 1 meal into a full weekend off track. As I said, do not let it be the catalyst for you going downward spiral and then just a whole weekday from Monday to Friday. All of those weekdays are just reversed and they were basically pointless. So the restaurant rule is to always choose lean protein, vegetables and controlled potato or rice portions. And the final formula is this. Protein first. Number 1 is always protein. Everything else comes around that. Plus carbs based on your activity and when you're training, because those decide what type of carbs. Vegetables with your main meals. Controlled fats. Maybe you don't even need to add extra fats because you're getting them from your protein sources depending on the fat options that you go with. But controlled fats. Plus portions that actually match your goal, then divide them into your meals. And then this equals never wonder what to eat and when to eat ever again. Another board absolutely smashed out the park here, matey. Look how much. Look, these all are made by hand. No AI is making this, by the way. If there is a way that AI can make this, please let me know. It would save me so much time. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got any value out of it whatsoever, then please leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me if you think the video's terrible. Tell me if you think the video's good. I am an honest person. I don't do this sugar coating stuff, so let me know what you like, what you don't like, and I'll improve because your feedback helps me make better videos. If you don't like these style of videos, let me know. If you do, let me know. I'll make more of what you like and less of what you don't like. This is all to do with helping you. Oh, that rhymed. Do you like that, man? Bloody rhythm. The rhythm inside my brain is confusing. I need to get out. I need to go on a walk in the forest. I think this is affecting my mental. But anyways, if you haven't seen my Instagram, the link will be in the description. And it is their short form content, as you know, for Instagram. These are only to go into depth into the subjects that you're really struggling with. But Instagram's where I cover these topics briefly and you can ask me questions on there in my DMs. They're always open. But if you cannot seem to get results and you're struggling still with all the information and all the videos that I'm being put out and you need that accountability, you need to understand how to apply the information, how to build a system around you specifically because you cannot be copying someone else at a different stage in their journey. You're one of one, you're unique. Then there's going to be a Calendly link in the description to hop on a call with me, not someone from my team. This is a one-on-one thing where we're going to talk about your goals, where you want to get to, and if coaching is right for you. If you do think you can benefit, no one comes into my program and doesn't see results because I choose very carefully who I accept onto the program, right? I've only got 24 hours in a day, so I have to make sure that I am basically accepting people onto the program that are a good fit and I know that I can 100% help. I am not going to take you on if I do not think that I can help you. That is just how it is. So don't get hurt if you're up on the call and I say I can't help you, but if you do think you need that extra accountability and coaching is for you, then hop on a call. Me and you will have a chat. The link will be there in the description in the Calendly. But please like, comment, subscribe as well. Supports the channel. And I'll see you in the next video, geezer. Bang!